Have you ever wondered why two people can earn the exact same salary, yet one ends up drowning in debt while the other quietly builds real wealth? The difference isn't luck. It isn't even intelligence. The real gap lies in mindset. Wealth always begins in the mind before it ever shows up in a bank account. And if you can rewire the way you think about money, you can completely change the direction of your financial future. The truth is, most people don't fail with money because they don't make enough. They fail because their thoughts, habits, and beliefs about money work against them. But here's the exciting part. Those patterns can be rewired. And in this video, you'll see exactly how wealthy people think differently, how you can adopt those same principles, and what small steps you can start today that lead to lasting financial freedom. Now, I'll warn you, some of these shifts may sound simple, but that's the point. Wealth isn't built on complicated formulas only bankers understand. It's built on consistent decisions shaped by the way you think. Stick with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal the one mindset shift that almost guarantees your money will start working for you, even when you're not working. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about why mindset matters more than income. You've probably heard stories of lottery winners who end up broke within a few years, or professional athletes who made tens of millions, only to retire in bankruptcy. How does that happen? The problem wasn't income, the problem was mindset. If your thinking isn't wired for wealth, no amount of money can save you. It slips through your fingers as fast as it arrives. On the flip side, there are people with modest paychecks who slowly and steadily build financial freedom. They don't wait for a windfall or a miracle. They simply think about money differently. That thinking drives their daily habits, and over time, those habits create wealth. So what exactly are the key mindset shifts? Let's break them down. The first shift is moving from scarcity to seeing money as a tool. Most people live with a scarcity mindset. They treat money as if it's about to run out. They cling to every dollar, afraid to spend or invest. That fear feels safe, but it actually keeps money stagnant. Think about it. Money sitting in a bank account doing nothing slowly loses value to inflation. Wealthy people don't let fear control their decisions. They see money as a tool, something that's meant to be put to work. That doesn't mean reckless spending. It means asking one powerful question: how do I make this dollar grow? It could be through investing, education, or building a business. But the mindset is the same. Money is a worker. If it's just sitting there, it's unemployed. The second shift is trading short-term pleasures for long-term thinking. This is one of the biggest separators between average financial outcomes and real wealth. The average person thinks in days or weeks. Should I buy this gadget? Should I splurge on that trip? Wealthy people stretch their horizon into years, even decades. When they make a choice, they ask, what will this look like 10 years from now? That single question changes everything. Suddenly, the $500 impulse purchase isn't just a toy. It's thousands of dollars in future investments lost. The gap may not show up tomorrow, but over 10 or 20 years, compounding turns small choices into massive differences. And this is why many people feel like they're always stuck, while others seem to pull ahead effortlessly. It's not magic, it's mindset. The third shift is understanding that true security comes from ownership, not dependency. For most people, security means a steady paycheck, a job with benefits, a boss who hopefully keeps them employed. But here's the problem: that security is an illusion. One layoff, one company merger, one recession, and it all disappears. The wealthy think differently. Their security isn't tied to a single employer. It comes from owning assets. Stocks, rental properties, businesses, and investments that continue generating income whether they show up to an office or not. That ownership mindset creates real security. Because when your money is working for you, no single paycheck determines your survival. The fourth shift is moving from isolation to relationship-driven opportunity. Many people are taught to keep their heads down and work harder. But wealthy thinkers understand that success is rarely a solo sport. It's about relationships, mentors, advisors, business partners, and networks that open doors. Think about it. If you had to figure out every skill, every investment, every opportunity on your own, it would take decades. Wealthy people don't waste that kind of time. They intentionally put themselves in rooms where opportunities appear naturally. They know the right relationship can be worth more than years of trial and error. And if you've ever wondered why the rich seem to get richer, this is one of the quiet reasons why. The fifth shift is separating self-worth from money. This one may surprise you, but it's critical. Many people measure their value by how much they earn or what they can buy. That's why they spend money they don't have, just to project status they don't truly feel. It's an endless trap. Wealthy people think differently. They don't need to prove their worth through possessions. Money, for them, is a resource to buy freedom, not identity. That's why you'll often see millionaires living in average homes, driving normal cars, and quietly building wealth in the background. Detaching ego from money allows them to make clear, rational decisions. And that clarity is what multiplies wealth. The sixth shift is thinking in systems, not transactions. Most people live in a simple loop: earn, spend, repeat. The wealthy see money as part of a system. They create structures that allow money to cycle back and grow. Rental income, dividend stocks, online businesses. These are systems. Once set up, they keep producing, even when the owner is asleep. And here's the loop we opened earlier. This is the mindset shift that almost guarantees your money works for you. When you build systems instead of relying on single transactions, you escape the trap of trading time for money forever. Now, rewiring your thinking doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice. So, what daily habits can help? One is pausing before every financial decision and asking, what will this look like in 10 years? That simple pause stretches your perspective. Another is journaling your financial choices. Write down what you earned, what you spent, and why. Over time, patterns jump off the page, and you'll see exactly where your thinking needs to shift. Another habit is choosing compounding over instant gratification. When faced with two options, always lean toward the one that grows over time. Whether that's investing, building a skill, or nurturing a relationship. And don't underestimate the power of mentorship and community. Wealthy people rarely operate in isolation. Find spaces where people are already thinking differently, and your mindset will begin to shift almost automatically. Finally, make reinvesting a reflex. Instead of cashing out the moment you see returns, push that money back into the system. That momentum is what creates exponential growth. Wealth also tends to unfold in stages. The first stage is getting to $10,000. That milestone isn't about size, it's about proving you can manage money responsibly. Budgeting, saving, controlling impulses. The second stage is reaching 100,000. This is where you begin to deliberately grow your money. Investing, increasing income, making conscious choices. The third stage is scaling to 1 million and beyond. Here, systems become essential. Businesses, diversified investments, patience, and compounding do the heavy lifting. Each stage requires new skills and sharper discipline. But if you master them one at a time, building wealth becomes less of a dream and more of an inevitable outcome. Now, I want to close one more loop we opened earlier: the importance of small wins. The wealthy don't wait for giant breakthroughs. They celebrate progress even when it's tiny. That extra $50 invested, that first dividend check, even if it's just a few cents. That side project earning money while you sleep. These small wins are proof that your mindset is changing. And once you prove to yourself that money can grow, even in small ways, you'll never see it the same again. So here's the practical summary. Replace scarcity with opportunity. Replace short-term impulses with long-term vision. Build security through ownership, not dependency. Detach your self-worth from consumption and always think in systems instead of single transactions. If you can rewire your mind in these ways, your financial life will transform. Not overnight, but inevitably. Because wealth is not about chance. It's about thinking differently, acting consistently, and giving compounding the time to work. So ask yourself right now, which of these mindset shifts do you need most? If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button so more people can find it. Subscribe for more strategies to escape the 9-to-5 and build lasting wealth. And let me know in the comments, which money mindset shift are you going to start practicing today? Wealth is not reserved for a lucky few. It's the product of rewired thinking, consistent action, and patience. And if you start today, you're already on the path.